Listen to this. Right now, as you're watching this video, scientists are freezing human bodies. Billionaires are injecting young blood into their veins. And somewhere in a lab, researchers are trying to hack the very code of aging itself. This isn't science fiction. This is humanity's oldest obsession. The desperate, brilliant, and sometimes insane quest to cheat death. And what humans have tried will blow your mind. Let's go back to ancient China, around 200 BC. The first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, was terrified of death. He had united all of China, built the Great Wall, created the Terracotta Army, but none of that mattered if he was going to die. So he sent hundreds of people across the seas to find the legendary elixir of immortality. They never found it. But the emperor didn't give up. His alchemists created special pills made from mercury and jade. Mercury, one of the most toxic substances on Earth, and he consumed it regularly, believing it would make him immortal. Instead, it poisoned him. The man who tried to live forever probably died earlier because of it. The irony is almost poetic. But China wasn't alone in this madness. In medieval Europe, alchemists were obsessed with creating the Philosopher's Stone, a magical substance that could turn lead into gold and grant eternal life. Brilliant minds spent entire lifetimes mixing chemicals, chanting spells, trying to crack the code. They never succeeded, but their experiments accidentally laid the foundation for modern chemistry. Sometimes failure leads to progress. Now, jump to the 1920s and meet Sergei Voronov, a Russian doctor who had a wild idea. He noticed that elderly men seemed to lose their vitality, their energy, so he thought, why not give them fresh hormones? But here's where it gets crazy. He started transplanting testicle tissue from young monkeys into old men. Yes, you heard that right, monkey testicles. For a while, this procedure was incredibly popular. Wealthy men paid thousands for this operation, claiming they felt younger and more energetic. Voronov became famous, performed hundreds of these surgeries. Of course, it didn't work. The placebo effect was strong, but the science was non-existent. Eventually, his reputation collapsed, and he died in obscurity. But the idea of using young tissue or blood to rejuvenate old bodies never really died. Fast forward to today, and we have something called parabiosis. Scientists actually stitched together young and old mice, making them share the same blood circulation. And something incredible happened. The old mice showed signs of rejuvenation. Their muscles got stronger, their brains worked better. This sparked a whole new field of research. Now, some wealthy individuals are literally getting transfusions of young blood, hoping it will reverse aging. Startups have been created around this concept. Is it vampirism? Is it science? The line is getting blurry. Then there's cryonics, one of the most controversial methods humans have invented to cheat death. The idea is simple, but sounds like science fiction. When you die, instead of being buried or cremated, your body is frozen at extremely low temperatures using liquid nitrogen. The hope is that sometime in the future, maybe in 100 or 200 years, technology will be advanced enough to revive you and cure whatever killed you. There are companies right now with hundreds of bodies and brains stored in giant freezers waiting for that future. Baseball legend Ted Williams is reportedly one of them. His head is frozen, waiting for science to bring him back. Critics say it's impossible, that the ice crystals formed during freezing destroy cells beyond repair. Supporters say technology is advancing so fast that what seems impossible today might be routine tomorrow. Think about it. A person from the 1800s would call a heart transplant impossible, yet today it's done regularly. Who's to say what future holds? These frozen people are taking the ultimate gamble, betting on a future they'll never see unless the bet pays off. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some scientists aren't trying to prevent death or freeze bodies. They're trying to stop aging itself. Because here's the thing. Aging is what kills most of us. If we could stop the aging process, we could potentially live for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. And researchers are making real progress. They've discovered that our cells have something called telomeres, protective caps on our chromosomes that get shorter every time a cell divides. When they get too short, the cell stops dividing and we age. Scientists have managed to extend these telomeres in labs, making cells essentially younger. There's also a molecule called NAD+ that decreases as we age. Supplement it and mice live longer, healthier lives. Human trials are happening right now. Then there's senolytics, drugs that target and destroy old, damaged cells that cause inflammation and disease. In mice, these drugs have extended lifespan and health span significantly. The pharmaceutical industry is pouring billions into this research. Imagine a world where 90-year-olds look and feel like they're 40. It sounds impossible, but the science is real. And let's not forget about artificial intelligence and transhumanism. Some people believe the ultimate way to cheat death isn't to preserve the body at all, but to upload the mind. Ray Kurzweil, a famous futurist and director of engineering at Google, predicts that by 2045, we'll be able to upload human consciousness to computers. Your memories, personality, thoughts, everything that makes you could exist digitally, forever. You could live in virtual worlds, transfer between different robot bodies, exist across multiple platforms simultaneously. Death of the body wouldn't mean death of the self. Sounds crazy, right? But consider this. We're already creating detailed brain maps, understanding neural networks, building AI that can mimic human thought patterns. Companies like Neuralink are developing brain-computer interfaces. The gap between biological and digital is shrinking every day. Whether we'll achieve digital immortality in our lifetime is uncertain, but the fact that serious scientists and billionaires are working on it tells you something. This isn't just fantasy anymore. Here's what's fascinating about all of this. From ancient emperors drinking mercury to modern billionaires freezing their bodies, from monkey testicles to young blood transfusions, from telomere extension to digital consciousness, humanity has never stopped trying. We've failed spectacularly, learned slowly, and kept pushing forward. Every generation thinks they'll be the one to crack the code. And maybe, just maybe, this generation will. Because here's the truth that should make you think. Every single person who ever lived before us died. Kings, philosophers, warriors, geniuses, all gone. But we're living in the first era where death might actually become optional. The science is real, the progress is measurable, and the future is closer than you think. So the question isn't really whether humans will cheat death anymore. The question is, when it becomes possible, will you take that chance? Would you freeze your body, upload your mind, or take a pill that extends your life by centuries? Because that choice might be coming sooner than you imagine, and it will change what it means to be human forever.